Welcome to Kevin Harvick. Kern's Raceway drivers have just gotten done with their qualifying. We'll pull up some race info here at 140 laps. It's the Xfinity cars, on the Racers Elite Network. Need to also change that just very, very quickly. I'll pull up the starting grid. Let's use this one for a grid. It's like, oh, they're just doing qualifying now. So we'll actually be back here shortly. I had that wrong. They thought that was practice, so we'll be back here shortly on that. That is my bad. Now we're back. For real, I had that wrong the first time. So you see the qualifying order, there's only 8 drivers in this race. First is Truth Hoke, second Lee Campbell, third Cody Vanelli, fourth Brandon Honeycutt, fifth David Kimmons, sixth Alex Gates, seventh Andrew Teth, and eighth is Troy Thomas. Race info this track. Kevin Harvick's Kern's Raceway, 140 laps. It's the Xfinity cars in the Racers Elite. We will wait for some more drivers to grid here. I'm going to paint refresh just to make sure that their paints are showing the way that I want them to. Missing a logo here. Very sure. Where is it at? Nah, I won't worry about it. Oh, that logo is hid. But these guys will pull off here. Give them one more paint refresh just to make sure. So, I don't know how this track is going to race. I've never raced on it before. This is pretty much a toss-up to me. Completely a toss-up. But Campbell will start in the pits. This track was built not too long ago. I believe, when was this track built actually? Let me look that up. It's 140 laps. Build date. When was this track built? It was built on... It's about 2013. Ground was broken in 2007. I have a feeling Kevin Harvick, and we've already got the 13 with some damage. Somebody has gotten into the back of him. If I had to guess, that is probably the 77 Alex Gage, which he is a different number this race. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that. Pace car does pull off here. And the green flag is in the air, so we are underway. Looks like we got 2 lines, if I had to guess, probably straddling the white line with your right side tires will be the best. Maybe splitting it just a little bit, possibly. If I could guess, it would be. I kind of look around some of these cameras. Yeah, they're doing about what I thought they would, sticking to that white line. I would have done some more races that Andrew had me do, but I've been dealing with, I have the, pretty sure I have bronchitis, so I've been dealing with that. I'm still coughing, but not nearly as bad as I was before. But it was kind of bad early on, just to say that much. It was not too much. It looks like the 9 is looking to the outside of that 13. He's going to try to stay low. He's actually going to stay high. Oh, gosh, there goes a 52. David Kimmons. Loose off of 4, possibly. I was just about to describe what that 9 was doing. And I don't know what happened to him right here. Did he just... Looks like coming off the corner, the rear end just never stuck in the ground and then right around there. That's odd. I don't really see much there. He was pretty much straight when he got back on the wheel, or when he got back to the throttle. So I don't completely know what happened to him there. That was odd. I don't think we'll see anybody come to pits here. Only 7 laps in. 1 caution. I don't see that I just don't see him coming to pit road. It could be kind of a waste to come to pit road right now at the moment. Yeah, well, nobody's coming. Not a surprise. To wait. That was definitely a odd spin there. I did not expect that spin to happen. Yeah, it looks like lights are going to go off in the pace car here. So it will be 10 laps of 140 down. About, I'd guess like 5%, close to 5% done. Guys are running 42s. Actually, sorry, the best is 19s. As the green flag goes back in the air, we are back underway. I've jumped out to a huge lead over this whole pack right now. 19 and a 13 will be racing side by side. And I would want to know, how aggressive are you putting your brake to the rear here? How aggressive on the throttle do you try to be? That 13 will 13 will concede that position to the 19. Doesn't really put up much of a fight there, as that 52 is actually back in the race. Did he give more? He may have given unlimited fast repair, so let me check. Damage is a thing. Yeah, you get one fast repair, that's what I thought. Cody's running 1906. 18's up here though for truth, and that's good for him. He's probably keeping the heat out of the tires, realizing that he can kind of let it roll a little bit more throughout the corner. It's gotten overcast here very, very quickly, too. I noticed that just got really dark. I don't remember this track. Yeah, there's definitely a... yeah, it's partly cloudy. I was going to say, it was much brighter when this race started. Now it just got much darker, so these guys will probably start picking up a little bit of time. They're low 19s at the moment. So they're doing basically what I thought they would do. You see 19.2s across the board. See, they'll probably go to about 19.5s within the next 15 laps. And now it's starting to get bright again as the 78 is way up the track. I think he may have gotten shoved out by somebody or kind of went up where he didn't want to go. Excuse me. Honeycutt's actually eating into this lead. Actually, sorry, that's not Honeycutt. Andrew Teft is actually leading into Honeycutt's lead just a little bit. He got a really good 1 and 2 there. He's entering high, going to wrap the bottom, trying to get back to the throttle in the middle, but it's not rotating. So I wonder if he could enter higher, let it roll, not try to get back down to the bottom immediately. Looks like he does it. He does it in that corner very easily. Wow, he gets a lot of power out of that corner. He does it very, very well in that one. Ooh, a 13 got loose. And if you're that 13, I kind of wonder where he got that damage from at the start of the race. I think he got driven into before it even started. I think that's what happened to him. Focus is able to run away with it right now. And 19, I think he's getting tight. He didn't turn down in that corner at all. Go on board with him. Yeah, he's got a lot of width. I think it's tight for him. He's got a lot of wheel into it. But what he can try to do is put some rear brake in it a little bit more. But I might just cause it to snap in on X on entry. But he doesn't look like he's loose. He looks decently tight right there. I don't think he's ever gotten completely straight on that wheel. Theft is still trying to find a way around Honeycutt. Honeycutt's not making it easy. Ew, Honeycutt might get a little bit of a tap here from Teft. Teft decides not to. Honeycutt gets really, really loose. Hello. Looks like Teft, he's rolling it so much better. He's not having to deal with the car not wanting to turn it. It's turning when he wants it to. I think that's really good for him. Ooh, that's over the wall there. 19, he's actually fallen back a lot. I don't know what's happened to him. I think that tightness has probably amplified itself. It looks like he did not get a good turn. That car possibly has stopped turning. Let's see. Loose in, very loose. Thought over for that correction there. Wiggling it up off exit a tad. What's he doing? He's tight. It's not rotating. He's burning that right front up so much. The reason I say that is because he's not being able to get back to the throttle in the middle. He can't drive it off the corner. He needs to drive it off the rear a little bit more. I hope he's just stretched this out completely over this. But he's got a 3-second lead over Honeycutt. Honeycutt's having to deal with Teft, and Teft is getting held up by Honeycutt. I'd almost wonder if Honeycutt, or if Teft gets past Honeycutt, if he starts gaining some time. There he goes, up to the top. That car sailed on him, though. He didn't get the front end down. Ooh, right up on the bumper. A little bit of a nudge. Let him know he's there. Nothing wrong with that. And could go around that lap car. Oh, Teft is going to force his way up under Honeycutt. Try to get his nose in there. I think he's getting tired of him. Hey, I kind of, I've got to go. I can't be held up behind you anymore. Teft is going to put the bumper to him. He is letting him know that he is all over him. See how much more aggressive he gets. He needs to calm down just a little bit. Only reason I say that is because you don't want to make those rear tires mad, so you can't get a drive off. That's the one thing I'd be worried about with him. He's getting too aggressive on the throttle. That it's just not. It's not going to start coming around on him. See, there he goes. And it's really, really loose coming off the corner. Just what I was worried about. Almost what the 56 did earlier. 52 did earlier in the race, but he's able to save it this time. So, Harvick's going to be a little bit mad. However, Hoke has just gone out to a 5-second lead at this point. He is just stretching it out. This whole entire field. At 55, I don't think I can get a shot of his rotors. You can't really see it. I want to see if we can get Honeycutt's rotors. See how his aren't doing it either. Yeah, he doesn't have. No, he's being easy on the brake also. What I was trying to see is if we could see how red that rotor was getting, but they're not getting hot enough to do that. I know at road courses and places like Bristol and Martinsville, they get glowing hot. I remember at Martinsville 2015, when Jeff Gordon won his last race. It was actually really, really dark there, and the rotors were so bright because of how dark it was, and really Bristol in general. At Bristol, Martinsville in general, as these guys are getting loose, have really hot rotors. I think Honeycutt just let him go. He did not have a move to defend him there. I think if he tries to defend at that point, he's going in the wall. Do not think that was going to be a good idea. Those 2 spots here, so I wonder if Teft can start making up time. His last lap was 2/10 slower though than Hoke, and Hoke has not really been having to deal with anything at the moment. He's just been able to kind of cruise away from these guys. What is it this time for lap time? 16, 19.6, 19.7. Still about a 10th off. Campbell's coming for these guys now. Keep an eye on lap time. So we got 15, 5.6. And I think Campbell's going to be a little bit faster that time. Yeah, they've all moved up to that top line now. That's what I expected them to do. Sorry, that middle line running right sides on that first white dotted line across the bottom of the track. As Honeycutt, that is not what you need to do. He probably needs to put some brake to the front because that car is trying to kick out and wreck itself. Side note about Honeycutt's paint scheme, where are Powell's locations? So, y'all do not know what Powell's is. There's one store in Jefferson City, Tennessee. That's kind of an outlier. It is, no, there's a couple around there. Morristown has some, but what it is, it's a fast food service. It's mainly in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. And I'll tell y'all what, it is pretty dang good for food. It's fast food service. I mean, of course it's fast food. It's not going to be super healthy. But it's pretty good. Very, very localized. That's what that is. If you never don't know what Powell's is, that's what Powell's is. I would always get a hot dog and french fries. French fries are always very good. I can't remember what their sweet tea tastes like, though. Sweet tea is an extremely southern thing, I'll tell you that much. Campbell is slowly, he's chipping away. He's not letting Teft go. I don't know. Can these guys make it on fuel? they were they were given trying to pull us up here. Fuel is 100%. No. 65% fuel, so possibly one pit stop as Honeycutt is in, so that might be his one pit stop that he needed. You're 52 laps in, that's more than 1/3 of the way through the race. Actually, not 1/3. Oh, yes, that's right. I don't think if that was right or not, but I thought I had that wrong for a minute. .52 and a 3. 52 is multiple laps down, so he's just kind of staying out of the way. Looks like Teft has gained a little bit of time. I think possibly Hope is running into some lap traffic up here. He's gotten a little bit away from Campbell. Because this is the difference between fresh tires and old tires. Honeycutt has new. He's running. See if he gets up to speed. He's not up to speed yet. Got 2 more laps for him to get up to speed. So everybody's dropped down to high 19s now. 19.8s, around that area. I believe we're gonna see possibly. So 19.8s, 19.3 is what Honeycutt just ran. So you can see the difference in what tires do for some people. As Campbell's paint scheme looks like a Best Buy throwback. It doesn't look like a Goodyear. Did Best Buy ever have a paint scheme? Did they ever have one? I know they did, because Matt Kenseth drove it. Best Buy paint scheme NASCAR. Yes, they did. That is a Best Buy. No. That looks like a Best Buy paint scheme. Goodyear. Did Goodyear ever have a paint scheme? I'll start looking at some facts here. No. They have not had a paint scheme. I knew they didn't. That just did not look normal. Honeycutt's actually not picking up as much time as I thought he would. He has unlapped himself, though, or gotten 1 lap back. Teft is actually gaining now. He's a 10th faster than Hoke. That lap, he's cut it down from about 6 seconds behind to 5.8 seconds behind. See, look at Teft here for a minute. He is dealing with a loose. No. Oh, Gates has crashed. We're going to bring out a caution. Was riding on board with Teft to see what his car was doing. This looks like exactly what the 52 had, possibly. Gets in and rear end steps out, tries to chase it, and just can't chase anymore. Locks it down. Doesn't hit the wall. That'll bring everybody to pit road, though. Nobody's staying out here. Everybody's asking to get these tires off. 55, he will get 4 tires on fuel. Everybody will get 4 tires on fuel that comes down pit road. Yeah, there he goes. He wins that race off Tef second. 44 will be third. The 19 fourth. And he cuts and come back down. And yeah, he got his lap back. This will be 4 tires and fuel also. That's a little bit surprising. No, Honeycutt's still a lap down. I was going to say, I know he's a lap down still. There's no way he got his lap back. Guys will get the green flag next time by, as lights have gone off on the pace car. Honeycutt will get the wave round. He better get up there quickly, because he was going to be risking going a lap down here. They're still trying to get this sorted out, as green flag will just fly. Might as well go ahead and just give it up in the air. Back here, looks like Tef is going to have to deal with getting through some people. Either got a penalty on pit road or just did not get a good restart. Thinking it's possibly a penalty on pit road, which has been dropped to the longest, or the end of the longest line. Guys are past halfway now, as 1887 was just ran by Troy. That is the fastest lap of the race. Actually, no, it's the second fastest lap. Hopes ran at 1883. $18.77 from Hope. Wow, he's picked up a lot. About 610 or 600s there. Had another fast one set by Troy, 1876, so 100s faster than Troy's. These two are going for the fastest lap here. See who can get it. As that time, no one got it because they are 2/10 off their pace. The fastest lap. Excuse me there. See one of the sponsors on that. That's a throwback to Dale Earnhardt. Food City, I actually work at that company. I just got free tickets to the Bristol race. Even though I was already going, I've got Busch Sweets tickets. Can't drink, even though I'm of age, medical reasons. I also don't believe I really want to drink either. But it was one of Dale Earnhardt's sponsors. It was not a primary sponsor, it was a secondary sponsor. So as you see, the sun is hitting itself again. It did this earlier too. It hit itself pretty hard. As Teftis, he's having to work through all this traffic at the moment. Emmons has gone back down pit road. I'm gonna look at Troy, see what he's dealing with. Tight in the middle, no rotation. Can't get up off the corner. You can see he lost a lot of time there. He got too much rotation that time. He didn't roll it enough. It will turn back down the apron. The 44 is throwing it in there. That is way too deep in the corner. That's going to be plowing tight. Look at what Lee's dealing with. Tight. Decent rotation. Maybe a little bit of slower entry is needed to get that rotation through it. Actually, probably stay up a little bit higher there. Tell much. See what Hoke is doing here. He's got a car that is possibly, I don't know. Oh, Kimmons has crashed. This is the second time. Is this the same spot? No, it's a little bit sooner than or a little bit earlier than what he did before. As that rear end just comes around on him. It's too much brake to the rear. I'm surprised. That's a caution. Now, yeah, you're going to come down pit road and get 4 tires here, possibly. Yeah, this is 4 tires, and might as well just put fuel in it. As that is not your pit box, 44. He's going to have to back up, and you can actually go through everybody's pit box at the moment. He will win that race off pit road. Honeycutt stayed out. Looks like a little bit of a change here. Yeah, the 44 butchered his pit stops. I'm not surprised he's coming out where he is. But he stays relatively the same. Only a little bit of change. That's with Troy. We'll have about 50 laps left when they get the green flag here. Ooh. See, pace car lights are off now. So pace car pulls off. As the green flag is in the air, we are back underway. Oak has gotten really good restarts every time, but Teft's gotten clear. Troy. See what Bonelli can do. He's gotten that rear damage fix on that car. Somebody, oh my lord. He almost got destroyed. I was talking about Honeycutt. Bonelli almost destroyed Honeycutt. That is a good save by him. He could have destroyed him if he overcorrected. Now, it's happened a lot before. Drivers get somebody, or they get loose and they try to lock it down, and they try to get it rolling, and whenever they get it rolling again, they kind of smash the gas, and you just can't do that. Your tires are already spinning. They're not wanting to do anything. That could have ended up absolutely horrible for him. See Hoke, he's gotten out to a 2.5 lead. See if Teff can slowly. He's not going to have to work through traffic like he did before. So I almost wonder if he can get away with it now, because he was kind of gaining before that last caution came out. It was very, very slow. It wasn't very fast, but he was gaining some. Ooh, excuse me. It's 44, 13, 1977. Andrews kept it. He's kept it 1.7. They're running pretty identical lap times. We'll keep them up. You can see it on the left side in the pylon. A little bit interesting. He's got another 10th on him here. He could catch him before this is over. That is a very real thing that could happen. Gap is still 1.7 though, so Hoke may just be managing his stuff. Got pretty much 30 laps left to hold him off. Kind of, do you want to go and burn him off before this is over, or do you just want to be pretty, even with it? Excuse me there. Got off the 10th there, though. Hold on. It could be getting close here. Got off about 2/10 that lap. Uh-oh. Oh, Lord. It's going to be like 4/10 that lap. Hoke got really, really loose. So Hoke he's led this whole entire race up to this point. He still is, but Teft is just lurking behind him. He's not going away. He gets super loose off that corner. See, Teft just gained another 2/10 there. I think he had to get past that lap car at the 52. See if Teft can get by him. He can easily. Lose about a 10th, though, as a 52 will get put in the wall. Put himself in the wall there. I think Hoke just needs to realize, hey, I don't need to drive any differently than what I was. See, 1 second behind. Teft has been faster those 2 laps. 700s faster that lap. Hoke is, see if he runs this lap, see if he's just getting a little bit antsy. It's like he gets a good run off the corner and he kind of draws it back. Runs a 1938. Yeah, he just ran 800s faster that lap. That one up at 52. He's had issues as the run's gone on, but I don't think he's having any right now. But Teft, he just keeps closing this gap just very, very slowly over these guys. It's not a huge close every time he does it. It's just he nips away at it. Still, he's got another 10th on these guys. Cutting it down again by about a 10th. I just don't know if... I don't think Hoke is doing anything differently. He might just be feeling the pressure, and he's just driving it in too deep, and the front end's not wanting to turn. That's the only thing I can think that he's doing that's making this car not what it wants to be. Or not what he... It's not getting the car what he wants it to do because of that. Jeff cuts off another 10th there. Ooh. Has got it within 6/10. He's gonna get him before this is over. He's just slowly picking away at it, ever so slightly, lap after lap after lap after lap. 5/10 with 15 to go. Looks like the overcast has come back here. Track's gotten really dark. Teft is right up on the bumper of Hope. See what he does when he gets there is a question. Does he use force? Does he just kind of let them play? See what this 52 will do, though. This 52 might come into a factor here. He's going to stay out of the way of these guys. He's not going to get in their way. But Hoke had to enter a little bit lower than what he wanted to, and that caused him to drift up the track. Here comes Teft. Teft's going to look to the inside. He'll tuck back in. It's like he decided against it there for just a second. He wanted to do it, but he was like, I don't know about that. Teft gonna get a huge run down this back stretch. Not gonna be able to do anything with it though. Hoke is having to defend, but Teft he's really opening up that corner. I think the only thing you can do here if you're Hoke is you gotta defend. You gotta maybe kind of... Well, Teft is not close enough to do anything though yet. I'd say if you're Hoke, you're kind of move up just a tad and cut off Teft's exit. Possibly, so he gets a really good one down there. He's going to draw within a 10th. As Hoke, he's realized that there. You can see him as Teft will get really good throttle there. He will drive right up to the bumper of Hoke. Teft's just trying to find a way around Hoke. He doesn't want to make any contact with him, and so look to the inside. Hoke will dive it on in there in that high line. Does Teft have the tire, though, to get it on the bottom? Looks like he will not as they make contact going on the backstretch. I don't think that was on purpose. You see Teft will just easily take that lead. Hope will give it to him. As we will come to 7 to go. 55. He led this whole race, but Teff was just able to kind of steal it from him at the end. Now caution could change everything. Teff will just drive away with it now. Oh Lord, that 13 just smoked the wall on the inside. Saw him he absolutely just destroyed it. So it's 2 laps to go here for Teff. Teff just wants to get back to the white flag. As soon as that white flag is up, he could care less what happens to it. As a car has blown up as the 13, he's going to burn out on pit road. I think he's realized that his chances are over, so he's just going to burn it down. I don't blame him. I would kind of do the same thing, to be honest with you. As Teff will come out of 4 here, and he will win at Kevin Harvick Kern's Raceway. Hope Valley, Rhode Island. There's a celebratory bump there from Hope. He just got smoked by somebody that came over there and nailed him. Excuse me there. But it's Manelli, that's who it was. I think that's who came by and hit him. We'll hide this now and pull up the race results. And I'll pull in Taft here. He's going to do a suspension's broken. He's going to do a sideways burnout, actually. Hold on, I want to see this. No, he decided not to do it. We'll bring in the top 3. We'll start with Truth Hoke here. Let me drag him in. Hey, Truth, this is Bryson in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yeah.
Man, so you led a majority of that race, but just couldn't hold on there at the end. You know, what happened towards the end of that race? You start getting loose, or, does the track just change to something that wasn't to your liking?
I just ran way too hard, too soon and too long instead of pacing myself, and I just wore my stuff out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so how did you have to drive this track? Did you kind of have to stay on that first dash line? Because it seemed like everybody was wrapping their right sides around it the whole entire race, but you were one of the people who was going all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, I just like the bottom there. It just suited me. The bottom, I liked it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was watching you. So, kind of one question: do you think that kind of, I think you had it there, but do you think that one real big slip up where you chase it down the track, how bad do you think that hurt you? Because I believe that it looked like it kind of cooked your tires, and your car just wasn't the same since that incident.
Yeah, I made my rear tires really angry, really angry. They were really mad at me.
I was gonna say it looked mad, especially watching you go in there. It didn't look like you had any rear security anymore, and just from that run to your last one, I was like, something's just not right, and I had a feeling that you had made the tires angry there. But before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream tonight?
Yeah, I like to thank my wife for supporting me in this. My team, Misfits with Troy and now Lee and Aaron and Jesse and Andrew put it on, and you guys for broadcasting. Can't wait to watch it back tomorrow.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good job coming home third tonight, man.
All right, thank you.
That was Truth Hoke. Is Lee Campbell in here? No, he is not. Not. Uh, let's ask Campbell to hop into a room here. Don't think he's gonna read that, so we'll just go and get Andrew in here. Yes, I know. Hey, Andrew, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, so you come home with the win there. You were able to track down Truth. What do you think, changed from, that last pit stop to the end of the run? Because you were kind of chasing down Truth, but you were kind of getting caught up in traffic. So do you think the track just kind of changed to your liking, or do you think that, Truth just he pushed too hard and you just kept your you kept your cool and that prevailed in the end?
Yeah, I was kind of just caught up in traffic for a while, and it was hard to get a run because we were hitting the rev limiter pretty bad. So you're just kind of waiting for people to make a mistake, but you have to be close enough to capitalize if they do make that mistake. So just kind of wasted a bunch of tire passing, and that last run I didn't really have many people to pass, so I was able to save some rubber a little bit better, and I think sounded like Truth must have got loose on the high side of this. On the high side there, seemed like it might be quite a battle because there was times where we had to run side by side for many laps to actually pull off the pass. So just kind of wondering how it would play out, but yeah, he made that little mistake there and was able to capitalize.
Yeah, so how did the rev limiter come into play? Because you said y'all were chipping out. So how hard was it to pass because of that, or do you pretty much have to have a perfect corner where you rolled it perfectly because you knew you were going to get the rev limiter bouncing up and down?
Well, if you got a good run off the corner, you'd probably hit it about 2/3 of the way down the straightaway. So to get that final kind of lunge going into the corner, it was tough. You just couldn't go any quicker. You're evened out with the guy next to you, and if you could get underneath on entry, you might be able to ride around a few laps and eventually make the pass. But you kind of unfortunately just had to ride on somebody's bumper and kind of get them loose and hope they washed up the track a little bit. And yeah, it was just tough.
Yeah, so I guess one question is because y'all running fourth gear and where you may have been hitting the rev limiter, do you feel like that hurt y'all on exit though because you were already so high in RPMs that it kind of wanted to spin the tires, or was that not a factor there?
Well, yeah, I mean, you could spin them pretty easy. Throttle control was definitely a thing. Definitely could have used, I don't know, just 100 feet more gear there. Yeah, it was nice to have the drive off the corner because if you did grip up, having that high gearing, you could get a really good launch, but you just run out of oomph about 2/3 of the way down the straight.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here?
Yeah, I want to thank you for putting on the show tonight. Just kind of having some fun with this track. It's a first for us. It's on the schedule this season, season 7, race number 2. So wanted to give it a try tonight and see what it's all about. So looking forward to it. And want to thank our servicemen and women, my team, everybody that tunes in to watch, shows up to race. And if you're interested in checking us out, just head on over to racerselite.com. We've got 3 brand new seasons starting next week. You can find the schedule, standings, Discord invites, the whole 9 yards there. Just shoot me a message on Discord. We'll get you set up.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go, but good job coming home with the win tonight, man.
Hey, thanks.
That was Andrew Teff, the race winner, also the league owner. So Teff first, Lee Campbell second, Truth Hoke third, fourth, Troy Thomas fifth, Cody Benelli sixth, Alex Gates seventh, Brandon Honeycutt eighth, David Kimmons. Got a rough race there, but Hoke led a lot of this race. It just wasn't able to pull it back in the end as it just kicked him out of the session. So I'm not going to keep y'all here any longer. I'll let y'all go before I cough my lungs up from this bronchitis that I have that I've still not got treated. But I'm not going to keep y'all here any longer.